The Patriots are getting ready to take on the Houston Texans in Week 11. I'm Mariah, Janos, joined by Evan Lazar. Evan, I want to talk about key matchups because it's Friday and that's what we do here. What's a marquee matchup for this one?
Well, I have two marquee matchups, but I'll save the second one for our little more under the radar one, even though it's two big name players. I want to start with the coaches, though, because the Patriots on paper, and this is no disrespect to Romeo Crennel and his staff, have a major advantage going up against an interim head coach with Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels, pointing the arrows for the Pats. So that's a major advantage. And offensively for Houston, they have Tim Kelly calling plays, who I'm sure most people haven't heard of. He's Bill O'Brien's offensive coordinator. He's stayed put since the O'Brien firing, but this was O'Brien's offense. O'Brien was calling plays. It's his system that they're running still there in Houston. And going up against Belichick is always an interesting kind of battle for young offensive coordinators, because you wonder, are they going to be able to adjust their game plan to attack the Patriots' weaknesses rather than just leaning on their own strengths? So Houston, for example, has 3-4 really good wide receivers. They can really spread the field and put a lot of speed out there on the field. But the Patriots can do the same defensively. We've seen them all year long play packages and dime defense, sometimes even dollar defense with 7 defensive backs on the field, and be able to match up pretty well against some of these high-power passing attacks that are explosive, like a Kansas City Chiefs passing attack, for example. So if the Texans play that style of game that they're used to playing, where they spread the field and let Deshaun Watson spin it, then the Patriots are going to have the personnel to stop them. So my question really is for Tim Kelly is, can you get into an under center game plan? Can you run the football a little bit successfully against the Patriots defense? Because if you're just going to come out and play 5 wide and try to get Deshaun Watson to throw the ball down the field on New England secondary, I guarantee you Bill Belichick is not going to let a repeat performance of last year happen again, where Deshaun is killing them through the air. He'll have something different up his sleeve. They were very aggressive against Watson last time. They blitzed him a ton. I think this time they'll probably play coverage and drop 7 or 8 guys into coverage and give him a totally different look. And I'm sure it will be a much harder game for Deshaun Watson than it was in 2019. So Tim Kelly, the offensive coordinator, now play caller for the Texans, he needs to go against what he's used to doing and kind of go outside his comfort zone to craft a game plan that Bill Belichick isn't necessarily expecting.
Patriots Press Pass is presented by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PRESSPASS20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com with the code PRESSPASS20. Take the leap and join the Manscaped movement today. Now, how about a more under the radar matchup? What do you got for us?
Well, this one's also kind of a marquee matchup, but we can't not mention Michael Onwenu versus J.J. Watt. This is a matchup that I am definitely going to turn on Tuesday once the coaches tape comes out to see how the Patriots rookie right tackle does against a future Hall of Fame defensive end. Now, J.J. Watt's not at the peak of his powers. This isn't, 2013 or 2014. J.J. Watt, where he's winning Defensive Player of the Year awards, but he's still a very, very good football player, and he's grading out. I think he's 9th right now in Pro Football Focus's edge ranking, so still a top 10 player at his position. He's long, he's explosive, and now that he's later on in his career, he's developed block anticipation, and he understands schemes, and he understands what defenses are trying to do to him. So he's very quick to react to different blocks and different types of things that offensive linemen might throw at him. So a sort of, high level course, graduate level course here for Michael Onwenu going up against a technician in J.J. Watt, who's also a physical specimen as well. So if he can hold up against Watt in this matchup, then I think we can officially call Michael Onwenu, a stud in the making, or maybe a stud period at this point of the season. I'm not trying to take away from anything that Onwenu has done, but he hasn't exactly gone up against the top tier, cream of the crop edge rushers at that position this season. He hasn't faced a Khalil Mack. He hasn't faced a Von Miller. He hasn't faced one of these stud players yet. Watt is the first kind of future Hall of Fame, big ticket, big name guy that he's going to go up against, and it's going to be fascinating to see if he can hold up.
Yeah, it will certainly be telling. We'll see what happens on Sunday. For all of our Patriots coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Patriots Press Pass.